In geometrical optics, now we have to study the aberration theory, the aberration of microscopic lenses. The deviation in the size, shape, position and color in the actual images produced by a lens in comparison to the object are called aberrations produced by a lens. The image formed by a lens will be sharp and well defined only when a small point object lies on or close to the principal axis of the lens. The aperture of the lens is so small that all rays except paraxial rays are excluded and the incident light is monochromatic. When the above mentioned conditions are not satisfied, the actual size, shape and position of the image will be different from the predicted by the equation lens formula, that is 1 by V minus 1 by U is equals to 1 by F. These deviations are called aberrations. Aberrations that occur when monochromatic radiations are used are called spherical aberrations. Distortion, coma, astigmatism and curvature of the field. Aberrations that occur when composite light is used are called chromatic aberrations. Spherical and chromatic aberrations are discussed in detail. The chromatic aberrations are distortions of the image due to the dispersion of light in the lenses of an optical system when white light is used. The defect of the colored image formed by a lens with white light is called chromatic aberration. If monochromatic light is used, then such defects are automatically removed. Besides these defects, there are defects which are present even when monochromatic light is used. Such defects are called monochromatic aberrations. The following are the monochromatic aberrations: spherical aberration, astigmatism, coma, curvature of the field and distortion. Spherical aberrations in a lens. It is the failure of a lens to form a point image of a point object on the axis is called spherical aberration. This aberration is due to the large aperture of the lenses. The marginal and paraxial rays form the images at different places. As you can see in the figure, it shows that a monochromatic point source S on the axis is imaged as SM and SP, where source is on the left side of the lens. Here SM and SP are the images formed by marginal and paraxial rays respectively. Thus, the point object is not imaged as a point. Similarly, the focus of a marginal and paraxial rays do not coincide, as you can see in the images of a spherical aberration. A lens with spherical aberration focuses different rays to different points along the optic axis. In the second case, a perfect lens without spherical aberration focuses all incoming rays to a single point on the optic axis. The methods of minimizing spherical aberration. These are the following methods which are used to reduce spherical aberration. The first one is by using stop. By using the two lenses separated by a distance by using an aplanatic lens, by using a crossed lens. The next defect is coma. Coma, the effect of rays from an object point not situated on the axis of the lens results in an aberration called coma. Astigmatism and its minimization. Consider a point B situated off the axis in a line object which is vertically below the axis of the lens. When the cone of rays from B falls on full circumference of the lens, then after refraction all the rays do not meet at a single point, as you can see in the figure. The rays laying in the vertical plane, that is BMN, called meridional plane, form the image as a horizontal line that is denoted with P. The rays laying in the horizontal plane BRS, called sagittal plane, form the image as a vertical object line, that is S. The circle of least confusion C lies in between P and S. The best image for the object point is obtained here. This defect is called astigmatism. The distance between P and S is a measure of astigmatism and it is called the astigmatic difference. By using a convex and a concave lens of suitable focal length and separated by a distance, it is possible to minimize the astigmatic difference, and such a lens combination is called an anastigmatic combination. After taking the spherical aberrations, now we have to discuss the chromatic aberrations. The refractive index of the material of a lens varies with the wavelength of the incident light. The focal length of a lens and the refractive indices of its material are related by the equation 1 by f is equals to n minus 1 in the bracket 1 divided by r1 minus 1 divided by r2. This is the lens maker's formula, in which f is the focal length of the lens, n is the refractive index of the lens, r1 and r2 are the radius of curvature of the two surfaces of the lens. The refractive index of glass is different for different colors. Hence, focal length of a lens is also different for different colors or wavelength. Thus, when a parallel beam of white light is incident on a lens, rays of different colors are brought to focus at different points on the principal axis of the lens. Focal length of the lens for red light is greater than that for violet. The inability of a lens to bring rays of different colors to focus at the same point is called chromatic aberration. There are two types of chromatic aberrations. Longitudinal chromatic aberration, the formation of images of different colors at different points along the axis of a lens, is called longitudinal chromatic aberration. The axial distance between red and blue images is a measure of axial longitudinal chromatic aberration. For this, you have to observe the axial chromatic aberration, that is figure 1. In lateral chromatic aberration, the focal length of a lens varies with the wavelength. Hence, the magnification formula, that is m is equals to f divided by u minus f produced by lens varies with color. The difference in sizes of the images for blue and red colors is a measure of the lateral chromatic aberration. For this, you have to observe the lateral chromatic aberration, that is figure 2. The gradient index lenses, the short form is green lenses. In an ordinary homogeneous lens, the refractive index is the same throughout. Refraction takes place only at the surfaces of the lens. When light propagates through an inhomogeneous medium, it slows down in optically dense region and speeds up in a less dense region. Lenses can be made from optically inhomogeneous materials which are characterized by a gradient in the index of refraction. Such lenses are known as gradient index or green lenses. In green lenses, refraction of light takes place within the lens also. They give us many advantages. The green lenses can be replaced by aspherical lenses, which are hard to prepare. Spherical aberrations occurs in an ordinary convex lens because the edges of the lens refract the marginal rays very strongly. If we consider a green lenses containing an axial gradient and the refractive index is highest near the front surface of the lens, then the marginal rays are bent less. With a properly chosen gradient profile, all the rays passing through the lens come together at the same point. Thus, spherical aberration is eliminated when green lenses are used.